Hey, Dinarland Ninja here. Today is Thursday, February 6, 2020, and this is from Dinarland Highlights from February 5th. Okay, from Frank26 KTFA, I believe a couple of months ago, Donald Trump invited MTA PM Alawi. MTA and Donald Trump talked about the monetary reform, and apparently, when this guy came to Washington, D.C., he gave a complete pre-interview to many business owners of Iraq. This happened 4 or 5 months ago. When he came to see Donald Trump, I believe he passed Donald Trump's litmus test. He was being interviewed to be prime minister, in my opinion. Donald Trump is a business genius mastermind. This was prepared way in advance in silence. All that MTA is saying right now in Iraq has been talked and discussed thoroughly by Trump and MTA many months ago. In my opinion, Trump has a vision for Iraq. Okay, from Caparoni, Guru Fank 26 thinks some big RV/RI is going to happen and people are going to exchange their dinar at banks. It could take years for banks to ever include the dinar in their currency exchange portfolio because of its volatility. Most banks by nature are very conservative, so I wouldn't expect banks to jump in right away and add the dinar to their portfolio of exchangeable currencies. But even so, that's assuming that there's some significant overnight event to raise the value of the dinar, which won't happen. There's no overnight event. Call it whatever you want. Most of the same reasons still apply. There is over 42 trillion dinar in circulation, and Iraq never could afford any significant RV. Plus, if they ever did, it would just throw the whole economic system in Iraq into total chaos. Just not how economies and monetary policy work. The whole idea of an overnight significant RV is a fallacy. If the dinar is ever going to go up in value, it's going to go up gradually over time via a float. Here is a fact. According to Prime Minister's economic advisor Mohammed Saleh, Iraq is ninth in the world in terms of natural resources underground, estimated at about $15 to $16 trillion, whether in oil, phosphate, sulfur, silicon, other important raw materials. With that known, makes one think the CBI could significantly overnight RV/RI the dinar with excess of 42 trillion in circulation. That would be giving away over 2 times the country's entire wealth. Not going to happen. Okay, from Vital Brad. Looks like so far the little time Alawi has been in, he's been getting things done, which is good. We want to set the government for this revaluation to take place. We want Iraq as stable as absolute possible. Okay, Bruce from the Big Call via Wiser Now. I want to remind everyone that we do feel like we are very, very close to this going. What we're seeing is we had an opportunity to go either today or tomorrow. Emphasis on Wednesday, which was yesterday. All I can tell you is the redemption staff will be in tomorrow. I think they're going to be prepared for a late morning start for setting appointments for us. Rates are continued to climb as the dinar did come back on the screen. We heard from our Forex contact. There's not a whole lot to tell when you're at the end of the ride. That's pretty much where we are. Everything is stationed and ready to go. Okay, from Mark Z via PDK. Things from the news today pointing us being close at redemption centers. Part of them are on call. Question for Mark Z. Mark, are we needing Iraq to complete their government for us to move forward the IV? Answer, part of the move of the global currency reset is the governments don't matter as long as the assets are there, so I'm told it won't matter. I am, however, being told we'll see the government fall into place immediately on reset or reinstatement of that value of the dinar. From Adam Montana, we are a couple days past the presentation of the new, possibly interim prime minister, and my sentiments thus far can be summarized in a word: happy. The new PM was selected late last week. He's had less than a full week to screw it up, and he has not. Seriously, 5 days is plenty of time to drive the bus right off a cliff, and he has not. In fact, he's doing things right. I'll be candid. Tawfiq Alawi was not my top pick for the new PM, but current PM Alawi does have a very solid history of butting heads with Maliki, and that's about as solid of an endorsement as anyone should need. Article titled Iraqi Kurdistan agrees with Baghdad on 2020 budget share. I love that this is happening right now with a new PM in place. The new PM could have thrown everything GOI into a tailspin. Instead, business is happening. Okay, from Jeff, an article, Kurdistan region confirms readiness to abide by the terms of the agreement and hand over Baghdad revenues of 250,000 barrels per day. This is a great article, further confirming that the agreement between Kurdistan and Baghdad has not been implemented. It's waiting on the 2020 budget approval to be implemented. Remember, these are post-rate changes, change steps, and agreements. That's why these type of agreements have never been activated or implemented before Kurdistan and Baghdad. It's just more confirming great news. From Mountain Goat, note how the demonstrators do not talk much, if any, about the currency auctions now. What happened was after their first set of demands, when they demanded the currency auctions, and the CBI came out and told them that the currency reform was about to happen and was progressing but is stalled due to the instability by the demonstrators. So they then said they would continue again once demonstrators went home and things settled down. From Angel 1, I believe 30 days is enough time for the process to take place to reinstate the currency of Iraq. Businessmen are now in charge. And that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.